Yesterday I talked briefly about the Golden Gun and how it felt inferior to other supers. Well, for that reason, I'm using Golden Gun today to continue the conversation. My kinetic weapon is the Marine Headseeker Adaptive Pulse. My energy weapon is a Cold Sweat Grave Robber Slideways, 180 RPM. These have very, very good in-air accuracy, so pairing it with Stompies and High Jump, I can shred people, especially if they want to use Tractor Cannon or Colony, because I might be out of their kill distance when I'm really, really high in the air. My power weapon of choice is the World Line Zero so that I can launch myself. I'm dead. Oh, maybe not. Keep it going. Ready to snap to the right. Should not have stayed to put that burst in. Golden Guns can one-hit you in Mayhem. So when I say inferior, and you're looking purely at the pros of the Golden Gun, meaning instant kill from any range, even when in the air, Golden Gun looks pretty good on paper. But then when you consider the cons, which is no damage resistance, a very, very low time that the super is active, and then you're stuck on the Golden Gun subclass. I'm getting chased by a Tractor Cannon, no doubt. Oh, maybe not. You're sort of stuck in the direction that you jump, so it's really, really easy to hit a jumping hunter once they've already used their jump. I just got lucky there. But at the same time, having high jump, a way to instantly get vertical, is fantastic because controller players have trouble tracking upwards, and mouse and keyboard players don't always expect it because so many people use control jump. And they use Wormhusk, so they're not even on Stompies to get the enhanced bonus. Shooting that wouldn't have mattered there. It's actually easier to shoot the trip mine out of the air with the pulse. That wasn't bad at all. I like that. So as long as you use your vertical space, you're going to be fine with Golden Gun. But when fighting other supers like that Dawnblade there, I have to put 2 body shots into him, whereas he has to put just 1 blade on me. And I get that Golden Gun fires fast, so it should result in a trade, but normally it just doesn't. Good attempt, not gonna lie. Let's get out of here. So when you compare Golden Gun to other subclasses, you have Arc Strider being the king. Why? Because the top tree gets its health back, and the bottom tree takes advantage of low recovery by always giving you a grenade, and a melee that pretty much guarantees you win most melee fights, right? It's the same reason a lot of other classes that I've listed as top tier are there. It's because of some form of healing. And the Wormhusk sort of solves this issue on Golden Gun. So with Wormhusk, Golden Gun can be a contender for one of the top slots in PvP, but I feel like you waste so much potential. That was close. That was really close. I had to use my vertical space. If I hit headshots, I would have killed him. But not much you could do against a Golden Gun. Like I was saying though, Wormhusk makes Golden Gun a contender. Same with Night Stalker, but Night Stalker is less useful in the competitive playlist solely because our radar doesn't exist and invisibility manipulates the radar. But Golden Gun is special because its bottom tree can work as a catalyst. Shit, he was overhead. Wow, Dawnblade goes high. That's another reason that I consider Dawnblade better than Golden Gun right there. Like Golden Gun gets 1 jump, Warlock gets as many as it needs on top tree. On bottom tree, it gets healing. But let's talk about bottom tree Golden Gun, just like what I was saying, in the sense that as long as you're hitting precision shots, which you should be in the Crucible, you'll have your super first. That was scary. Scariest moment of my life. And then if you hit headshots with your Golden Gun, you make orbs and the super extends. And if you shoot a super in the head, it kills them in 1 shot, which is great. Rewarding accuracy. But the problem is, the other subclasses, the other supers, accuracy isn't really rewarded. You just body shot them with anything. You hit them with the blade in the toe, you hit them with the hammer in the toe, you even hit them with the aftermath blast of a hammer. And it still kills. Arc Strider, you just have to be in their general direction. Arcstrider has combos to cancel supers in one tag, a dodge to make itself more evasive, and you compare it to Golden Gun, you wonder, why do I have to land a headshot? I just feel like if Golden Gun's going to have this negative, it needs to last longer, because most people just run the hell away from Golden Gun. That wasn't bad. Wasn't max rate of fire though, so that's the issue. Shit. When I slid, it pushed me out. That rubble pushed me out into the open instead of sliding me as close to the wall as possible. And he still has the Golden Gun active. Oh no, maybe he doesn't. Maybe he died. Or maybe he's actually out. Like he used all his shots. Oh, that was a wasted Goldie. Oh, maybe not. Oh, I couldn't thread that needle. Get out of here. There we go. Power of the 180. It tracked me upward. Holy shit, I did not know Top Tree Nova Bomb tracked that hard in the upward direction. So yeah, I think to solve Golden Gun it needs a universal duration buff. Maybe not damage resistance. And maybe, for terms of evasiveness, you allow it to have an additional ability jump whenever Golden Gun is active. That was bad. So what do I mean by that? Remember Bones of AO from Destiny 1? Those were kind of cool. Made Hunters very, very top tier. If you give Golden Gun an additional high jump, an additional strafe jump, or a fourth triple jump, you can be even more evasive and possibly catch up to people, because the Go Fast update buffed every other super. Sentinel got faster, base speed movement for supers got faster, Arcstrider actually connects a little bit further than the staff suggests, Dawnblade flies Mach 10, can seemingly teleport across the sky. It can't, but it's very, very difficult to track that thing. On top of having damage resistance while moving that fast, mind you. Meanwhile, Golden Gun's, you know, just here. It's actually better not to level up 6-shooter because it's a very short duration 3-shot Golden Gun that kills in the body. So I kind of regret leveling up 6-shooter, but you can't deny that whenever you kill 3+ people, it is super satisfying to be able to 2-tap a super and then finish the remaining. But then again, the real reason you use the Top Tree is if you like the explosive knife, because in today's Wormhusk meta, if you get somebody weak, they're going to dodge and then re-engage. But if you can tag them with this knife behind cover right when they're considering a dodge, you might stop them from healing and make your job a bit easier, whereas the typical knife doesn't have an explosive radius, so there's that. But the trade-off with this knife is that if you hit him in the head, you get your knife back, so it's the longest melee in the game, but it has some sort of travel speed. The problem with this is you don't have a button to differentiate a neutral melee from this ability melee. Sometimes I want to throw the knife point blank, sometimes I want to use my neutral melee, but I don't have that choice. On PC, you can learn a method to be able to throw the knife 100% of the time, and that requires flicking 180, starting the animation, flicking back to your target, and following through. Doesn't happen every time. It's very, very difficult. Like, even for me, I practiced it at one point, and it still doesn't come second nature, so I have to practice it even more. And it doesn't really give you that much of an advantage, though it definitely does. When you get concussion meleeed by an Arcstrider now, since most people go bottom tree to have the benefits of Wormhusk dodge plus your grenade at all times, you get concussion meleeed, and you can't possibly win the melee fight even if you were to throw the knife. But it definitely helps. Just focusing up there for just a sec. Trying to track him. He definitely crouched. Oh, that fall down right there messed me up. I thought he was going to hold still and strafe. not move towards me. So good for him. Good trip mine. Pretty good tracking too.
You're in the lead.
I think you guys would be down with that too if Golden Gun had an additional jump ability when its super is active, and maybe a slightly longer duration. Not crazy to make it, you know, like the only super in existence that anyone uses. Especially if Wormhusk ever gets nerfed, then Golden Gun's going to fall out of fashion. That was pretty good. I kind of want to launch myself on this one.
You're falling behind.
See ya, tractor cannon.
Path for the rest of us. You're in the lead.
I don't know why I need this much sword ammo. I should have gave it to teammate. I was being a bit selfish in that regard. Teammate's going in. I don't want to cross the chasm. Oh, I got an idea. I wanted to launch right there, but it didn't work out. It's not being that radius. That's a swarm nade. Block. See ya. Good for him. Tractor cannon! Don't do me dirty like that. He just had to have it, you know. I was gonna jump over him, hit the hunter. I actually enjoy using Golden Gun. It's a fun class for me. It's not the most effective, and it definitely has its merits when it comes to PvE, but PvP not so much. Oh, that's 3 of them. I definitely tracked to the hunter. He just shot me first. Good for him. I had to deal with a Nova Bomb. I had to put 2 shots in him, which now you see the issue of Golden Gun not killing in 1 body shot. I'm not saying it should, but the trade-off needs to be there between duration and lethality. And I think you need to also, in the spirit of the Go Fast update, let the Golden Gun get in on the action too. I'm repeating myself a bit, but I do think it's for emphasis. Did that just launch my trip mine? I did not know that. That's pretty cool. Now I want to go see if teammates' tractor cannon can shoot my trip mine, because that would be the wombo combo from hell right there. I kind of want to try this. Because I know teammates can't damage my trip mine, but if the tractor cannon still launches it, that would be sick. Luckily my sword still worked, even though I'm suppressed. This sword is amazing. Will a clamber still let me temporal sprint? No, I'm gonna have to expose myself. Can a sword block stop a Goldie? Guess that was the only way to find out. Oh, you still had tractor cannon. I thought because he was marked that he was tethered and he wouldn't pose a threat, but even a tethered tractor cannon is a scary one. Too much tractor cannon in the Crucible. That was yesterday's episode featuring yours truly. That was so close to an aggressive 4-tap while moving towards him. I'm very, very proud of that. These guns are hard to use, but very rewarding if you learn to use them. Wanted to shoot that shot just in case somebody was there so that I could work on charging my next Golden Gun. This is really about fun. I don't feel like I'm really practicing anything, except maybe my trip mine shots, but like who does those, right? Looking for him. I can throw grenades too, dude. Oh, good read. I should have used my radar more to outplay him there. I also feared that he might have popped Golden Gun in any second, so... I hear it. Damn, I wanted to be stylish, shoot all of his Axiom bolts out of the air, and then follow up with the Goldie. Those blades also track on the bottom tree. I don't think I mentioned that. Well, a Golden Gun has, I believe it's the equivalent of like a max aim assist hand cannon and then some. Tracking swords are awesome. Because they might just hit you around the corner. If you know you got the arc right. Anyhow, that's pretty much all she wrote on this episode. Sorry it wasn't flashy. Sorry I didn't have any good launches of Worldland Zero. I'll do this again another time with less focus on the Misery is Gunslinger and more focus on the actual gameplay. Thanks for watching this one. Tell me in the comments how you think you could fix Gunslinger and Night Stalker to make them as competitively viable as the Arcstrider seems to be right now. Maybe it's placebo, maybe it's all in my head, but more often than not, I face teams of 4 Arcstriders with a mix of top tree, bottom tree, wearing Wormhusk. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.